What is a trend? Trend is simply a direction. Trend na simply direction wey the market dey move. Not too complicate am. Trend is simply the direction of the market or price. Trend is simply the direction of the market. It is simply direction. Trend is simply direction. One word for trend is direction. Now, we have three types of trend. We have three types of trend, which is, and we are going to discuss the three types of trend one after the other. One after the other. We are going to start with the uptrend. What is an uptrend? An uptrend is a trend that is making a series of higher highs and higher lows, meaning buyers dey in control. In an uptrend, price makes number one, how to verify an uptrend with the qualities: higher highs, number two, higher lows. Meaning each low must be higher than the previous low, and each high must be higher than the previous high. When you see price moving this way, you can say price is in an uptrend. When I say price, I mean the market. Price, market, it means the same thing. Price is just the movement, and market is also this thing that price is moving in. So it's simply the same thing. So, but that's not what we are discussing now. In an uptrend, you see a series of higher lows and higher highs, meaning each high is higher than the previous high. I hope you are getting it. I hope I'm making sense. When this happens, it simply means buyers are in control. It simply means buyers are what? In control of the market. I hope I'm making sense. Now, the second type of trend is what we call the downtrend. Now, the downtrend simply means sellers are in control. In a downtrend market, you see, number one, lower highs. Number two, lower lows. What this means is each new low wey form go dey lower than the previous low. In a downtrend, this new low now, the next low wey wan form, e must dey lower than this low. The next high wey wan form, e must dey lower than this high. The next low wey wan form, e must dey lower than this low. Just like that. We see series of lower highs and lower lows. I hope you are getting it. I hope you are getting it. I hope I'm making sense. A downtrend means sellers are in control of the markets at that point. When you see price making series of lower highs and lower lows, when you see price making series of lower highs and lower lows, it simply means it's a downtrend and sellers are in control. If a trend is a direction and I say downtrend, it simply means bearish, meaning downward movement. And if I say uptrend, it simply means upward movement. I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense. Now, the third type of trend is what we call the sideways market. The sideways trend. The sideways trend is market is moving inside a range, no clear direction. Market moving inside a range with no clear direction. All right? When this happens, it's represented by buyers taking the highs and the lows and the highs and the lows and the highs and the lows and the highs, meaning price just dey respect one area over and over again without making highs or lows. E just dey respect the newly created lows or highs. Let's say now, for instance, we are in an uptrend. Now, price not cut the break from this high, because they respect this high, they respect this low, they respect this high, they respect this low, they respect this high, they respect this low. This is a sideways market. In this scenario, you can say the market is currently moving sideways. It's not making new highs or new low. It is just moving sideways. This is a sideways market. I hope you are getting it. I hope I'm making sense. Price is not making new low or making new high. No clear trend. Now, this is the mistake I made while starting out. This is one of the mistakes I made while starting out. All right? Now, in an uptrend, you want to look for buys, not sales. You buy in an uptrend. You don't want to sell in an uptrend. You want to buy in an uptrend. What you don't want to do is sell in an uptrend. You don't look for sales in an uptrend. You look for buys in an uptrend because the market is currently moving up. Now, in a downtrend, you look for sell. Since sellers are already in control, you look for sales. In a downtrend. Now, this is why so many people complain that trading is a scam. It's because of things like this. They are not exposed to things like this. They cannot differentiate between an uptrend and a downtrend. They just believe just because the market is moving lower, they can just press sell anytime. No, there are strategic places where you look for sales and where you look for buys. You look for sales in a downtrend and you look for buys. You don't look for buys in a downtrend. You don't look for buys in a downtrend. I hope you are getting it. I really hope you are getting it. I really hope you are getting it. Now, when market they move sideways, what I personally do as a beginner trader, you avoid the market. When market they move sideways, you avoid the market. You wait until it is trending again. Now, the real truth about everything we will discuss, the real truth. The real truth. The trend is just a direction. It's just a direction. It tells you who is currently in charge. Who is currently in control of the market. A trend doesn't tell you your exact entry. It just tells you who is in charge of the market, not your exact entry. If you understand trend well, you stop fighting the market and you start trading with the market. I hope you are getting this.